Ladislav grinned from ear to ear as Jean continued to play, his moves growing frenetic the further along the song went. They watched Jean play for a little while longer, clearly having not sated the beast, as he'd so believed. But by the time they were walking out into the dirty hallway again, Jean had agreed. Grudgingly, but he still agreed. Widlowski started counting on his fingers.
Let me see. Lead guitar, backup guitar, bass, drums, keyboard, and maybe even vocals. I'm no expert at math, but I think we've got ourselves a Schmittel's reunion band.
Widlowski reached out for a high five, only to find Ladislav leaning in, his hands going for Widlowski's face, and he kissed him hard and fast on each cheek. Widlowski stepped back, blushing.
Oh God, you just ruin everything.
We need to get everyone together. Rekindle the fire, break the seal, rip off the band-aid, whatever.
Don't we have that dinner reservation?
A man on a mission, I like it. That place will be quiet, classy, perfect for this momentous occasion.
Quiet and classy. Definitely at the bottom of 1,000 words that come to mind when I think of you.
You are a prince. I'll call the gang. You, me, Jean, Жанна, and Adam makes 5. You just bring the, guest of honor. Think she'll show?
Well, I hope so.
It was a chilly evening, but Widlowski stood outside of the lavish Agneau Grillé au Charbon restaurant with his hands in his pockets, rocking back and forth on his feet. Waiting. He could physically feel his frayed nerves, but he did his best to ignore them. He dressed in his nicest shirt and slacks for tonight, having found them stuffed in the bottom of his duffel bag. He'd had to iron them to make them look semi-presentable, but it had been worth it. For Her Majesty, every effort was worth it. So he let his nerves play out, waiting impatiently for her to arrive. And he couldn't help his boyish grin when a car pulled up and she stepped out, smiling at him.
I never get tired of watching you show up.
She walked towards him in a black and white dress. It wasn't too flashy, but it also wasn't casual he suspected that she normally wear. She was breathtakingly beautiful. More so when she smiled, even if he could tell that she was nervous too. She'd come. That was all that mattered.
You always look like you're going to run away at the last second.
She pantomimed dashing into the bushes, nearly knocking herself over in the process. But when they both laughed, he knew that she wasn't going to go anywhere. At least not now. It was a start, something that he could work with. He just hopes nothing happened to ruin this moment. Beata straightened up and smoothed out her dress, walking the last few feet to stand in front of him.
This is crazy, right?
He nodded and brushed a stray lock of hair behind her ear.
Everyone here?
Everyone but Ladislav. They'll be excited to see you. You ready?
Now it's her turn to nod. He put out his hand. She looked at it a moment, reflexively glancing over her shoulder, and then took it. He guided her into the restaurant. Well-dressed couples ate quietly and talked in low, romantic murmurs around candlelit tables. Or rather, they were attempting to. Because at the large table in the center of the room is a maelstrom. As Widlowski and Beata walked over to the wide booth where his friends sat, he cringed internally at Jana, Jean, and Adam, who all sat together amid a rather heated argument. None of them exactly looked happy, and Widlowski sighed. Perhaps he had been expecting too much from all of them after so long. After so much pain and agony, perhaps it was impossible for them to lean back on those good, happy memories.
I'm saying it's a system built on lies and misery.
Oh, come on. You're just jealous you missed out on your slice of the pie. So now you want a bite of everyone else's.
Jen, it's not fair to...
Marx said that the soil and the labor are the true sources of wealth set by...
Oh, Marx said. Did he? Wait, let me get a pen.
Those who ignore history are doomed to...
Listen to you blather on about it.
Guys, I can agree with you. But then all of us will be wrong.
Whoa, Beata! You made it!
Oh God, Beata.
Oh, wow.
Oh, hi! Jana, Jean, Adam, so good to...
Oh, it's so good to see you.
Beata, you look really awesome.
Would you please try and keep it down? My wife and I...
Vladislav entered the restaurant in his usual hippie wear, carrying a beat-up guitar case.
Oh, buzz off, man. It's a free country now.
Vladislav, when do we get to see the venue?
The menu? I see Adam is staring at it thinking to start a new revolution. Venue. Sorry. Well, about that.
Lad!
We haven't so much been invited to perform just yet.
Are you serious?
I thought you said we had permits!
Oh, shoot.
Oh, damn it.
But it's better this way, trust me. Literally as a blast from the past. We sing from the same stage as our last gig. Thummy now knows that...
Excuse me, you mind lowering your voice? You're bothering.
Don't break my flow. Can't you see I was about to launch into an inspirational speech?
Jean and Jana stared at him for several long moments, jaws hanging open in shock and incredulity. They both blinked at the same time, Adam sitting back savoring his wine while he transitioned his grousing to the prices for the wine while perusing the leather-bound wine list.
Hey, come on. You said that you would do it. Can't believe that. But you said that we have a venue and we have nothing here.
Beata stood by, watching all of the chaos unfold, which only grew when Jana and Jean demanded to know how Vladislav could do this to them. How he could lie to all of them and get them to agree to something that wasn't going to happen. It was the straw that broke the camel's back, and Wydlowski saw Beata starting to turn to leave, and saw her shoulders sink in dismay. She took a small step back from the table, and Wydlowski saw it.
Hey, it's okay. We just need a little time, right?
I think I know why this won't work out.
Wydlowski pulled out the picture of Drug he'd taken from his memorial and placed it on the table, stopping the arguing instantly. They stared at it somberly as their words faded and the din of polite conversation resumed around them. Adam set his glass down and Jana reached out to touch the photo, smiling fondly at Drug's memory. Adam lifted his glass, moments away from toasting, but Wydlowski shook his head. It wasn't why he'd brought out the photo. Adam faltered and joined the others in watching Wydlowski opening Ladislav's guitar case and pulling out a worn acoustic guitar.
What is it all about? The guitar?
Oh, wow. Are we gonna sing?
He held it closely, strumming the opening chords of End of the Line. The other diners began to turn and stare.
Sir, please, you can't.